I'm like superhuman moist right now. Like overwhelmingly level 11 disaster flooding moist right now. The freaking patch they've been teasing us with forever is now in play. The Thorn and the Juju are now officially worth using. And many other weapons were tweaked in the process. There were a couple stepchildren weapons like the remote that nobody cares about. Again, lost just like the one downstairs between my couch. The remote has been neglected again, but about 10 of the other ones have seen some significant changes, so we're going to break those down. But before that, we're going to go ahead and talk about some of the general changes, including how you can buy materials from vendors now, and the new exotic shard. Yeah, the exotic material teases have been around, and they've been confirmed. So, with preparation for Dark Below, exotic armor and weapons no longer require Ascendant materials to upgrade. I repeat, exotic armor and weapons do not need the materials. So no more shards and energies for your exotic weapons. Do they still apply to the legendary ones? Your Praetor's Revenge, so on and so forth. The shadow prices, yeah, they still have value for those. But you don't need them anymore. You just need your glimmer, your materials, and of course, one exotic shard to upgrade your exotics. Now, how do you get the exotic shards, you may ask? Go on, ask me. There are two ways to acquire said exotic shard, one of which is by breaking down other exotic items. Now, I don't know whether or not lots of people have those. I don't know if it's worth doing, to be completely honest. It may mean you may want to hang on to those exotic bounties even if you already have that gun. Those may be able to break down if you can keep breaking down thorns over time. We'll see how that plays out. The other way to get it is to purchase from Xur when he comes by over the weekend for 7 coins apiece. So that's pretty awesome. I like that, actually. It's a pretty fun change to kind of just change the way the game is played. Exotics now also start at a higher base attack value and have a narrowed upgrade range to compensate. So, those are the basic ones. Now about the materials. One of the major changes is the daily heroics now have a pretty important thing, the story. So, the Destiny materials that we look for, the filaments and the spirit blooms and all that stuff, depending on the actual heroic daily of the day, depending on what, planet it's on, so on and so forth, the materials now drop from completing the daily heroic. So if you're playing on like a Venus map or something like that, you're going to be able to get Spirit Bloom, so on and so forth. Now for the base difficulty, you get 10, and I think for the 28 difficulty in the daily, you get 16, which is conveniently exactly how much you need for one upgrade for one of your pieces of armor or weapon. Now, why this is significant is another way to actually get materials now, 20 materials to be honest, is by turning in 10 Vanguard or Crucible marks to the Quartermaster. You can go to the Vanguard or the Crucible Quartermaster, and you can actually pick up 20 materials for 10 marks. Why this is important, because not only can you get 10 to 16 of those materials from completing the daily heroic, but it also gives you that many more marks to get closer to getting 20 more. So just a couple times of those, and just, a 2-day period, if you do those 2 days in a row, that's going to turn into almost 50 materials right there, and that's pretty awesome. So it's not going to be so much of a grind fest, spending hours running around in circles chest farming anymore. You can now have other means to do that over time, especially if you're like one of the guys like me that no longer needs to buy any legendary stuff from them. I've got hundreds of marks and stuff saved up, so that's exciting. Now, finally to the port we've been waiting for. I just made you wait a little bit longer, baby. We're going to talk about the other fixes. Now, oh, sorry, I forgot one. A big one, actually, the raid. They fixed an issue where Atheon would actually not send too many people in the teleport. I'm sure you guys have been, I guess, trolled by that experience so far. Another one is the cheese for the Templars officially been taken out. You can't push them off the map anymore. I'm sure somebody will find another way to do it somehow, but Lord knows what's going to happen. But yeah, we'll put that aside. Another mini change is the Cryptarch reputation gains from Ingrams has been reduced. So instead of getting 150 reputation for a blue or 187 with the Nightfall buff, you now will get a little bit less, but you have a heightened chance of getting legendaries from those packages. So you're going to get less packages now, but they're going to be impressively large, beautiful legendary packages now. So there's that. So we're going to just shoot past all that. Now we're going to get into the goody stuff, the weapons. And I say that for last because there's a lot of changes I want to break down and explain to you guys. The Thorn. Oh my, I'm so thorny right now. The Thorn. The projectiles now briefly highlight targets on impact. Pretty cool. The Mark of the Devourer, the dot damage, the damage over time, the thing that poisons them and hurts them, now has an upgrade that increases the dangerousness and damage against PvE enemy, which great, makes it more of a PvE weapon now too. Reload speed increased, magazine size increased, which is pretty significant too. The mag size went up from 6 to 9, meaning you can easily kill 2 people with this right now per mag, which is awesome. Ammo inventory size increased, which means you can hold more, and stability and weapon handling increased. Yeah, this thing has got a full body makeover. I love it. Now, on to the bad Juju, which just needs to be renamed to the good Juju. Magazine size increased to 8 bursts, was 5. I believe it had a 15 mag, 3 per. It's 24 rounds now. I've not equipped it myself personally, but I have this as top priority 1 due to its new improvements. Ammo inventory size increased, just like the Thorn. String of Curses now also decreases the cooldown of your super on kill. So not only is this thing going to be able to just riddle people and just have all those ammo benefits, you're also going to be able to decrease the super. So that's awesome. Cooldown for that's going to make it a beast. It also adjusted effects to not block the first-person reticle. You know those little fart fumes that floated around the gun? It's always really, really cool. That's kind of been out of the way, so it's not going to block your vision anymore. So, Hard Light, which is a must-have for both the Monte Carlo and the Hard Light, stability has been increased. The biggest flaws to those. Now, the Perfect Balance upgrade replaced by Fitted Stock, which increases maximum possible weapon stability, making the Hard Light more of a necessary thing. I don't think it got the buff it deserved, but it should be pretty awesome. The Regime lowered total damage at the end of the mag on Shards Regime upgrade to be more in line with the glass half full perk on legendary auto rifles, meaning it got a slight nerf, but it seems to be an extremely minuscule one. The Regime should still be in almost the same state that it was before. You guys shouldn't see too much of a difference with that, but I could be incredibly wrong. Now, the Monte Carlo stability increased, range slightly decreased, because that's definitely what the Monte needed. And the Method upgrade now has a chance to fully charge melee ability on kill, which is great for something like Warlock. So if you just happen to get a kill with that gun, you may just actually be able to start smacking people around and hitting them a little more. So that's a cool change for the Monte Carlo. The Mida Multi-Tool now has increased knockback against targets in both PvE and PvP. The Duck Moon, aka the Hawk Moon, for those noobs out there that don't know how to get with it. Sinded upgrade, which was redundant, replaced by Speed Reload, which is pretty hot too. Red Death, rate of fire increased slightly, but burst damage reduced to compensate. Not sure how this tweak is going to impact the gun. I'll have to fiddle with it a little bit. Now, it did need the rate of fire increase, but I'm not sure how this is or how I feel about it, because an extremely precise and veteran player could 2-burst somebody with this gun. So we'll see how that one plans out. Speaking of plans, we're going to go over to C. Weapon handling speed increase, because we need that. And why not? Player speed, so they can run and catch you faster with it, so they can get closer to you, because the plan C needed all the buffs. Pocket Infinity. Destiny, Bungie, why you do this? Speed Reload upgrade replaced by Extended Clip, which allows the option to increase magazine size 5 bursts. Bungie, we need to have a talk. So, Vex Mythic class. Now, this is the first one in the game to do this. The level cap so far has been 300 on the attack power. It's now increased to 323. They said this thing is supposed to be a beast and a must-have for the next raid. We're going to see how this works out. So, on top of that, the Enhanced Battery upgrade by Extended Mag. This change still allows for a significant upgrade to magazine size, but less than before. Now on over to the Icebreaker. Sinded upgrade replaced by Lightweight, which was redundant because Icebreaker had max range. Derp. And new effects for enemies killed by Icebreaker upgrade, because visuals are important. I actually like it. I think it's pretty cool. Makes you feel like a badass. You know, that it does impact whether or not people use guns, truth be told. Invective. Reload speed significantly increased, which scares me. And the auto fire slightly slower. Now, slightly on something that fired as quick as it is probably not going to be as dramatic as it needs to be, but the reload speed is going to be pretty interesting. They could have just put in maybe like an extra 2 shots for it, so I'm kind of scared about how that tweak is going to be. Patience of Time. Snapshot upgrade replaced by Custom Optics provides a lower zoom option. Super Good Advice. Stability increased, and the Truth magazine size increased to 3, and it was 1. And that's what we have so far, guys. Those are the tweaks available, the new things that have changed. So I do want to kind of summarize everything up. You can now buy materials from the Quartermaster, Vanguard, or Crucible for 10 marks, and that comes with 20 materials. Daily Heroic now drops those materials as well. Zer can now sell exotic shards for 7 coins a piece when he's here on the weekend, or you can dismantle other exotics and get those materials. And I do believe the exotic shards are the only ones that we have right now. I don't think there's like exotic energy for the weapons. I think it just applies for both of those. And of course, all those great tweaks to the weapons, including the Juju and Thorn, which are definitely stepped up now. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button like it owes you money, and I will catch you guys on another video tomorrow. Stay moist, ladies and gentlemen. Go have some fun with the new toys.